Hello everybody, Ian Robson here, and welcome to another edition of Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Alright guys, so I asked you guys if you would like to see a little bit of more of this, and a lot of people said yes, so we're going to continue with this series. I don't know how many episodes we'll do a few and just see how things go. As you can see, I have 5,000 experience, so I'm only 4,000 experience away from getting the auctions, which is what I really want. So we have a couple jobs here. I wish I could have got this. This would have been pretty sweet to see. But anyways, we're going to take this Salem Flo because it doesn't give us, we don't know anything about this. We don't, it's kind of a mystery, so we're going to go ahead and take this job. And because we don't know any of the parts, we kind of have to discover it, which is kind of the part I dislike about this particular game. Being able to discover, oof, that looks rough. Being able to discover which parts we need and whatnot. So let's go ahead and take this through the test path. That should determine some of the parts. This is good. Doesn't look half bad on the inside. Doesn't look too bad actually. Still bugs me that you can't look behind you though. I don't know why. I think that's just I know the reason why they did it, and it's primarily because they didn't want to have to model a whole another section. That's my guess at least. So press and hold brakes. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, that's the reason why they didn't do it. So they just wanted to only model like the little front section here as opposed to the back section, which that actually makes sense, because then they have to. Oof, that didn't sound good. Oh, it sounds bad. Yeah, and that's probably the reason why. That's my guess at least. So, ooh, that really doesn't sound good. I don't know if we might not be able to take this actually on the track at all. Brake disc ventilated, brake disc. Oh, like the shocks aren't too bad. Okay, so we know some of the things now. Replace all the air filters, timing belt tensioner, brake system. Oh, fix gearbox problems. Alright. Oh, it's a spray one. I don't know if I can even finish this job. Spray a car with factory paint. I can't do that. Shoot, I totally missed that. See, I don't have the paint shop right here. Well, I can get it, I just don't have the money to get it. Even if I get a bank loan. Let's just see. Do I have the money? Ooh, what's this? Malucha part shop? Oh, that must be the DLC then. Yeah, it's only 2,000, so. Well, let's see what we can do with this. We may have to come back to this one. Alright, let's see if we can take it on the test path. That might determine some of the running gear. Oh, it is? I'm surprised, actually. I didn't think this car would actually be even able to go on the track. But this should determine some of the running gear problems, if there are any. And it should also determine some of the other problems, if there are any other ones we're not sure about. So, it's funny, I recorded Car Mechanic Simulator the other day, and one of the funny things that happened was, let's turn that down a little bit. A little bit further, apparently. One of the things that happened was when I went through the loading screens, it would actually, I was using Mirrorless Action, one of the two programs I use to record with every now and then. I primarily use OBS, Open Broadcaster Software, but I do have Mirrorless Action I use as well. And one of the reasons why I like to use Mirrorless Action is because it has, oof, that was rough. Because it has a pausing feature, which is really nice. And OBS does not have a pause feature that I know of yet, so that's the reason why I like Mirrorless Action for that particular reason. So really cool to be able to pause it. Anyway, so what happened was when I didn't have it set on the right mode, and then whenever I loaded a car, it would pop out to my desktop and come back to the game because it wasn't set to the game mode. It was set to like the window mode. Really strange. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I tested it out. I'm like, really? Is that really what's going on here? Is that the only thing? Like, the game recorded perfectly fine, just that whenever I took a job, it would just pop out. Clutch release, bearing, brake shoe, clutch plate, clutch. Oh, I've never done clutches before. Interesting. Alright, so let us move this to the left lifter over there. That job I can't do either because it needs to be painted. Alright, so we can take that off. Salem front left fender. I believe that needs to be changed. Where is it? Brake systems. Salem Flo. Body parts. Flamo. Front left fender, I believe we said. Let's grab that. And oops. How do I? Oh, there we go. Front left fender. What else did it need? Left front. Left headlight. Left headlight. So it's this one, I guess. Left headlight. Okay. Don't know why we need to do that. It looks fine, but I guess it's not. Left headlight. Left. Wow, that's an expensive headlight. Holy smokes. Okay. Oops. I need this. And the bumper and the left tail light. So let's take the bumper off. And some inflatable bumper. Excellent. I love the tablet. Oops. Shoot, what did we just buy? I could have sworn we just bought a bumper. Rear bumper. Well, we have a rear bumper now. We need the front bumper. Well, that was a waste of money. There we go. And it's the left rear tail light we have to fix as well. These tail lights are expensive. Holy cow. There we go. Let's put that tail light on there. Okay, so that's all the body stuff. That's easy enough to do. Repaint the car. Fix all gear clutch, brake system. There's one thing that's not brake shoe. What would this be? It might. Is this? I don't think this car actually has a. No. So like, if a car has ABS, sometimes that's what the random problem is that you can't get to. So do we need to do anything with the exhaust before I put this up on? No, brakes. Oil filter. Let's do the air filter and the oil filter while we're here. I really don't like these clips. I'm not a big fan of them. I'm not gonna lie to you here. Okay, take that off. Take that off. Let's assemble the air filter. Good. Put the cap back on. Put the clips back on. And remember, if you don't put the clips back on and you forget about them, you cannot return the car. Alright, that's the air filter and oil filter and fuel filter. Oil filter and fuel filter from the bottom. Timing, that is from the top actually. So let's go over here. Let's get this guy right here. Zoom in a little bit. Let's take the belts off. There we go. Take the crankshaft pulley off. It's funny, after a little while you get used to a water pump. Let's take that off, the R4. And the cool thing is you can just be looking at the part, and replace it right there. Water pump. Ooh, it helps when you're in the right shop. R4. That's the thing I really love about the tablet, because you can just sit there and like look at the thing and be like, okay. And I need disassemble mode. What am I missing? See, I think this is a new feature. I don't know if this is new or if I just started to notice this. When you're hovering over a part now, it seems like it tells you what you need to take off so you can get to that part. So see how this is in red? So in order to get to this timing cover, I need to take off this idle roller. And now I can take off this. And I think we need a belt tensioner, I believe. It looks like we do at least. Oh yeah. Let's take that off. The timing belt. And I think that's it. So let's grab a timing belt. I think that's a timber timing belt. And is it an R4? I bet you it was an R4. Yeah. Okay. So let's grab the R4 belt. 35 bucks. Let's put that bad boy on. And we also need a belt tensioner. And this is always kind of the funny thing about this game, because belt tensioner. I should grab a couple of these. This is how I end up playing this game. I end up just not stacking, but I end up just supplying my shop with a few things. Timing cover, that goes back on. Let's put the, whoops, let's get in there. Put the crankshaft pulley back on. I don't think that needs to be. Okay. Any other timing related parts? No, we're good there. Brake system, we'll do that from underneath. Clutch plate, underneath. Filters, we have to do that from underneath. Okay, perfect. So I think the way I'll do this little series is I'll probably do I'll probably just pick a bigger job and just do one job at a time. And toggle conditions mode, move vehicle, open vehicle, toggle body mode. Oh, that's what it was. So I was trying to figure out what this mode was. I was watching a video the other day and I was like, oh, what's this? Alright, so let's, there we go. Take the oil filter off, and I think I have another oil filter, but before we do that, let's just take out the oil, because there's no point in replacing the oil filter if you don't change the oil first. Coffee break, 1 sec. Glorious coffee this morning. Alright, I believe we have an oil filter for this R4s, yes. Fuel filter, oh, the fuel filter's right there. Oh, it's accessible from the engine bay, of course. Of course. Alright, so what else needs to be changed down here? So here's the brakes over here. So the cool thing about this is that you can just if you know what you're looking for. So like I like going into the examination mode, and it really just it really makes it easy to find out. Do those need to be changed? Nope, apparently not. It really makes it easy to discover what needs to be changed. Also, sometimes if you're not sure, you don't really need to examine a lot of things. You can actually do it just visually. So if you come around here and just look carefully at like the way it looks, if it looks really rusted, then you probably need to change it. All right, brake disc ventilated, excellent. They changed the way the brake pads look. It looks like I don't remember them looking like that. And 51%. So this is the thing. Someone left a comment the other day. I'm like, oh, you would never put that on there. And because it was like, I'm basically like it. I forget who said it, but if I'm just gonna leave the tire off, because if I have to put it back on or take it off for other reasons. All right, so brake pads. That's the other part that needs to be changed. Okay, perfect. Take that off. Take the brake disc, and I think that's it. I do have a couple points I can spend for upgrades and whatnot, but I just have not needed to do it yet. Brake pads. Put these ones on. Those are the ones that came off. Calipers. Put this on. Okay, so that should be part of the brakes. These are rear stuff. Okay, so which one is it? Does it say which side? No. That's the one disadvantage of brake drums. If it's the nice thing about disc brakes is that you can just see it right from you can see it visually without having to oh, that drum cylinder needs to be brake drum wheel cylinder. Okay, drum wheel cylinder. This is the nice part. So you're looking for one particular part, and so you can just go bonk. Oh, I need to take these off first apparently, and then go bonk. Assemble. Didn't do that. And put the ones that came off of it, which is right there. Put that back on. Perfect. And let's come over to this one. This is probably the one I need to change. Excellent. It'd be cool if it made like a, instead of making like a ratchet type sound, it would be cool if it made like a air, what do they call those things, an air gun? So it'd be like zun, zun, zun. I don't know, that's my opinion though. Brake shoes, brake drum. Put the one that came off of it. Okay, so that should be all the brakes done. It is. Replace all filters. Fuel filters from above. Fix the gear plate. Alright, so we need to suspension. So we need to get at this guy right here. And I really don't like the way you have to position yourself to take off the drive shaft sometimes, because it's really awkward, I find, at least. So see, like, you end up like looking around this weird angle here because of where all the bolts are. That's just my opinion though. Okay, so I need to take off. So this is a nice feature. I don't know if so I need to take off the starter first because that's connected, obviously. Alright. I don't know why I can't do it from above. Anyways, let's get the fuel filter while we're up here. The fuel filter is right in the back here. Not the... There we go. Do I have another fuel filter? Oh, coincidentally, I do. Alright, excellent. And let's get the starter out of here. I've actually replaced a starter before in an engine. It's not the worst thing to do. And of course now I need to go back and do this again. I remember when I changed the starter in an engine that one time, it was the funniest thing ever because my buddy, it was all my buddy's car, and he hurt due to a work-related injury. He couldn't do some things on his car even though he really wanted to. And I was helping him at that time trying to change his starter. And yeah, that needs to be clutch pressure plate. And the funny thing was, he was like, yeah, just do this, and it's not a problem. And so I can go to change the starter, and the battery's still connected. And I end up touching the two wires together in the starter. Oh, that was not fun. I got a little shock, but I remember. Now whenever I change a starter, I always remember never to do that. All right, that's all it was, wasn't it? Clutch plate. Clutch plate. Okay, let's just type in clutch here. I think this is all I need, a clutch plate, clutch pressure plate, and let's just grab one of these. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it was one of the funnier things. One of those lessons you learn, and you're like, you know what? I think I'll remember that for next time. It was a funny day. He laughed quite a bit. Let's just say that. And he's like, well, now you'll remember. And he knew it was going to happen too. But that's the way he was. Oh man. Oh. Can I really not put on? Let's see if I can do it from this side. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm like, can I really not put the starter on? Or the drive shaft on? But yeah, that was one of the funnier things that's happened. I've also taken apart an engine before, but I didn't put it back together. That was my bad. Back in the day, I used to own a 1985 Camaro in Burgundy. It was a gorgeous car. Long ago. I was very young when I had that car, so unfortunately I never got to drive it as much as I would have liked. But it was fun. So repaint. This is the only thing I can't do is repaint the car because I don't have. That's annoying. So yeah, that was a really cool car to have. It had side exhausts on it. It had nice magnesium rims on it. It was pretty sweet. But unfortunately, I was so young that I couldn't afford to do much with it. So it ended up going to, I believe, it ended up going to the scrapyard. But this, like, some parts were like, my buddy, he took some parts from me. He's like, hey man, do you mind if I take some of these things? I'm like, go to town. Because he was the one who actually gave me the car, so he's like, yeah man, take it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like I think it was like 16, 17, 18, something like that, and I had a car, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. But unfortunately, didn't work out that way. Finished job. Oh, really? How is that not? Oh, I know what they're talking about. Right. And this one right here. There we go. I should be able to finish the job. I can't paint it, so I'm just going to leave it without paint. No oil. Right. That little thing called oil. There we go. Yeah, that was one of the funnier things that happened to me in the past. Ah well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. It's funny, I never know how much oil to put in. I just hold it down until it looks like it overflows. Like that. And that seems to be sufficient. Alright. Are you sure you want to finish them? I can't paint the car. There we go. Excellent. So, next time I'll try and paint the car. Did I lose money on that job? I think I did. That's terrible. Alright, folks. So that'll be it for today. Let's see what jobs we have. Do we have any cool ones? Anyways, that'll be it for me for today, folks. My name's Ian Robson. This has been an episode of Car Mechanics Simulator 2015. Let me know if you want to see more. Catch you guys later.